Greetings, brethren, and welcome to another presentation from upa7.org. Today we have a special opportunity for you. We're going to review a set of original large shepherd rod study charts. These belong to a hunter during the hunting campaign under the direction of Brother Houteff that was started around 1953 or so. So we're going to kind of address the following questions. How did the hunters set up their charts for studies? So we're going to actually see an example. Was there a standard design, or was it really up to the individual how they're going to do their setup with their charts? And we'll find that out. And then, did the large charts all have the same color scheme? That's a very important thing, because we've been able to locate different sets around places around the world, so we can answer that question. So that will be our study here. So this is just an introduction as we go into this video review. So enjoy it, and at the other end I'll come back and tell you how you can get your own set of large study charts based on the 1944 originals. So God bless. Okay, greetings, brethren. Here we're looking at the archival material from Dudley Goff, and I'm going to go over here a set of charts. Here is a set of original charts. Dudley was a DLI student and a hunter, so he went out in the interest of the rod. So they probably produced these similar. Let's look at the setup here. You've got all the charts clamped together. This two-piece clamp system, we use that on our charts with a notch. And now notice the stand here. They didn't have the metal stands. So this is a wooden stand. It comes apart here, and it comes apart down here at the joint, and then the bottom is an interesting little piece that collapses. You can take it apart and fold it compact. Now they didn't have it in tubes, but this is how they rolled it up and transferred it around. I'm going to flip through the charts here just to look at them. We're all interested. Okay, are these original? Yes, they are. They're printed on English linen, which is like a cotton material, so it has a tendency to unravel a little bit on the edges. These have not been used much. Normally, like Brother Sidney's, if they use a lot with your fingers, you'll get stains where you touch it a lot. But you can see here, linen over in that corner, moisture is what gave those stains. And when we scanned charts, I had to use Photoshop to remove a lot of that type of stuff. We've restored them and print on Tyvek, which is a modern material. Doesn't have the problem with the staining. But back in Brother Houteff's day, this was the stuff, English linen. You notice not all the charts are colored. Now notice they're all stained here in this section, and that's moisture. At some point these got maybe rained on or something, but it bled in, and I've seen other sets of charts that have this similar feature. But notice here they all have the copyright, 1932, V.T. Houteff. Okay, Brother Sidney in his charts actually blotted that out to hide the name, which is too bad. But we were able to get this portion from another set of charts that belonged to Howard Luce and put it in like you see right here. Now, not all of these are colored. Some of them are. Here's Daniel 2. So this is a set that's partially colored. You notice this one's been used a lot. It's a popular first study, and it's a little tattered at the bottom. Now I'm not going to scan these because we've already done that before. I'm just showing you, this is just confirming that yes, these are originals. Now notice here Daniel 8, not colored. Like some of them were and some weren't. But the line art details all there. Same with Hosea 1 and 2, not colored. But it's got all the detail. You look, like I say, the counterfeit charts don't have this detail, but you look right here, you can see plainly by V.T. Houteff, copyright, right there. And that kind of detail you only find in the original charts. Okay, not in the remodeled ones that are out there that have been done. Now here's the all-important. We all want to know. There's the temple chart, type and anti-type, the golden bowl. So the question is, here it is for the first time, how many pipes are taking oil from the two olive trees into the bowl? Well, Go look at it. There it is. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like the book, Shepherd's Rod Volume 2, just like the answer book, the TGs, track 6, all the same. So here's another piece of evidence out of the time vault. Hasn't been seen in over 50 years, just like the set of charts we saw in Baylor. They have a set of charts there. Same thing. Brother Houteff, universally consistent. So the unauthorized edition by Donna Dare should be dispensed with. It's an uninspired edition. Once again, more proof. Here we have the beautiful Zechariah 6 chart, and notice the coloring. Brass mountains and the hoops all pink. Sister Bonnie said Brother Houteff was emphatic that those colors be distinct from this. You look at Mountaindale charts or Waco's, it's all messed up. So colors have meaning. We have a video on that. So once again, coloring. There's the copyright. V.T. Houteff, 1933. Unmistakably Brother Houteff. Notice some of the colors, stains. This is a common feature. In the linen charts, 11th hour, wasn't colorized. So not everybody, now this one's partially colored, the letters. You can see some of the ink bled through. 7 churches, not colored. Sister Bonnie and Sister Warmel, I believe it was, colored the charts by hand. So some of the hunters didn't get every chart colored. And we've seen other sets of charts that are partially colored. Brother Sidney, since he was the spouse of Sister Bonnie, did have, fortunately, a complete set of colored charts. And that's what we scanned ours from. Here is Judgment, or the 7 seals, partially colored. Now remember, these were colored by hand. This wasn't, there were no computers in that day, so some of this is what you might call incomplete work. There's the 7 trumpets. But notice the detail here, okay? All of those gray hash marks stop here at the close of probation. Unlike Donna Dare's charts, which is alternating gray, white, which is a counterfeit. So this is, once again, all original. Partially colored here, the red dragon, brass moon, but the woman in the color in gold doesn't have complete coloring. So these were individual works. Everybody, probably the students would have the sisters color them, and maybe they had to go out in the field or they didn't have time. It was probably a big workload. So not everybody got their charts colored completely. Here's another one, Living Church, uncolored. There's the World's History and Symbols. That one's nicely colored. All the fine detail, hatching marks here, the shading around the arms, all of that. Only that's in the original. You look at the, compared to the new versions, there's no comparison. It's Revelation 7. That's a nice clean copy. We had to work hard to find this. Brother Sidney was heavily damaged, so we had to scan from a set that belonged to Brother Howard Luce. Nice detail. There's the close of probation, the smoke, all that nice line art. There's nothing unmistakable. Original charts. That's the ones that everybody steals from upa7.org because they know they're the best. There's nothing else like them. So rather than give us credit for it, they steal it, like Bashan and Lennox Sam. They steal all of this, our charts, digitally restored, and they put it on their website and claim credit for it. But they can't fool God. Here's an outline, I guess, on the back. The protective cover here is basically cardboard. It's interesting how Dudley did it. Glenn Green had a set, and Sidney Smith had a kind of a vinyl, protective vinyl on the front and the back, and that's where we got our idea from. So every student was responsible for how they built the stand and made their own charts, but this is a pattern, obviously, for a wooden stand. Let me take this apart real quick so you can see how. Okay, yeah, that part came and then the bottom. Oop. Okay, so that part, and then the base portion, kind of interesting, it folds up, collapses. So you get everything, and then they could roll that up. Okay, and then not the best setup. I think the setup we have with the tube and the metal stand is the optimal. We spent a lot of time to figure out how to do that, to get it all in that tube with a carry strap, all protected and preserved. And you can see here, obviously, if you look at that water stain there, that's how that stain came through. I'm guessing they probably had it in a car, and the window was down, and it rained a little or something of that nature. But anyway, there's an introduction to the charts, original set, custom made by Dudley as part of the hunting campaign. So a little nugget will continue on. God bless. All right, I hope you enjoyed that review of that set of charts. And so what can we summarize from that? Well, the large charts used by the workers during the hunting campaign were bound together on a roll that could be supported by a collapsible stand. The setup was designed to be portable and assembled and taken down quickly. Each setup seemed to be the design of the individual hunter. I've seen a couple other sets of charts that belong to hunters, Glenn Green and Sidney Smith, and they were similar, but they had distinct differences. So it looked like it was an individual project of each hunter, some more skilled than others. The charts, for the most part, were partially colorized. The color scheme was consistent among several different sets of large charts that have been documented in various locations. We've documented sets of charts in at least 7 different locations, and like I say, the coloring scheme, to the extent it's available, is all consistent. Some chart sets were only colored partially, and that's probably, because there are only 2 people that colorized them that we know of, Sister Bonnie and another sister, under the direction of Brother Houteff. But the interesting thing is all those charts did have the same coloring scheme. And then finally today, if an individual or a group want to acquire a high-quality set of digitally restored shepherd's rod charts based on the 1944 pattern, either in the small size, which is U.S. letter, or outside the U.S. A4 size paper, or the large charts, which are roughly about 24 inches by 29 inches, please get a hold of us. The large set comes complete with a mounting bracket, protective cover, stand, and carrying tube. It is the best quality available anywhere and for a long, long time. So this is a rare opportunity to acquire a set, and we find that it's probably one of the most powerful study tools and witnessing tools you can use to share the shepherd's rod message. So here's a couple pictures. Here's a set of the stands in the covered state on the stand. There's a carrying tube next to it. And then when you're ready for the study, after you open it with prayer and introduction, then you can flip to the appropriate chart, beautifully displayed here in vivid colors. And then when you're done, these are all designed very carefully to be folded up, rolled up, and then inserted into the tube and covered, and you can easily transport them around. If you're on flying through an airplane or traveling around, you can carry it on your shoulder. So this is a very big advantage, a powerful witness tool, or you can set these up in your home and examine them carefully. So it's a rare opportunity. So we encourage you, if you're interested, to get a contact. So if you have any further questions, comments on this subject of the history of the rod charts or any part of the rod history, then please subscribe to this website, whiteparish.org, where we're going to continue to post content along these lines, the history of the rod message. Or subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is named Universal Publishing Association, where we'll be posting future updates and additional content. Or if you'd like to acquire a set of these original shepherd's rod study chart for your own study and witnessing, then feel free to contact us anytime. Here's the key. Here's our email. Here's our phone number. You can call, text, or connect with us on WhatsApp, or visit our website, yparish.org. We'd be more than happy to help you get one of these incredible opportunities to get one of the most powerful visual depictions of Bible prophecy ever created in the history of humanity. So we thank you for your time, and may God richly bless your search for truth as for hidden treasure.